fitness, foodies, and the fabulous absurd. From burpees to Camus, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get from your Burpee Yoga Uncle. 좋아요와 구독 부탁드립니다. 감사합니다. Put the thoughts into action. As you can tell, we're moving forward. Thanks a lot, Kels, for your great chat yesterday. It was absolutely fantastic.
What's up, Kels?
Yo, what's up, brother?
How you
Can
doing?
you hear
man?
me?
Yep, I hear you fine. Can you hear me? Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me grab my my laptop charger 1 second.
Okay, shoot. Okay, that looks much better like that. Osiris is with us.
Oh, dog. What's
Yeah, you
up,
got
man?
questions? You got questions? Just post them in here and ask. I mean, you want to? Yeah, just post and ask. This is gonna be an informative session on how Kels, who's a very good YouTube editor in general. I want to know everything about how he does everything because I can do fitness stuff, but I want to know other stuff in life. That's what we're starting with when I first started with this stream. That we're in YouTube's algorithm. We're defined by the stuff that we do that made us quote unquote famous or whatever. But I don't want to be defined by that. I want to be defined by burpees. Give me a break. So I want to expand out to other stuff, and I've started doing that, as you can tell already, by doing more different type of videos on my channel. But one thing that I really want to do is, as I told Kels before, and on this at the beginning of this stream too, is I used to do an AM radio show, and I was a college FM radio DJ too, as well as DJs in clubs and stuff like that. And I used to love talking on the radio with all these Hawaiian musicians. I get to call in. They would call me up and we would just talk story for hours upon hours about how they start and everything like that. And I want to go back and revisit that. But obviously, I'm not going to talk to just Hawaiian artists. So I'm going to talk to people that I have interest in what they do, because I know they have a passion like you, Kels. I think your passion is more in your editing than in the YouTube channel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you actually started YouTube Osiris. No, we can't send you food. anyway, so.
Oh, look, okay. I wasn't clicked on the comments. Now I can see the comments. Okay, yeah.
Well,
I got you, man. What you like, man? You want some steak? You want some chicken? What you want?
No, he wants some Korean double fried chicken, man. He very never had that. The double fried chicken, was that the bomb?
Oh yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have the extra crisp on it. You need that, man.
Oh yeah, they fry it twice. It's so good. But anyway, you actually started this YouTube journey, Kels, back in 2012, I believe. And you actually started, the first thing you posted was actually music videos. So tell me about that journey from there to how you get to here.
Wow, man. Well, it's been an interesting journey. First and foremost, I would just say, just in rebuttal to what you were saying about, your channel and the burpees and doing different things, man. That's what life is about, though. It's about being eclectic. It's about taking what's thrown at you, right, and seeing how you could use that to kind of like benefit yourself and the people that you're around. So like it's all natural, man. It's all evolution to like really want to start with one thing. It's like, for example, say you don't have a job, you're unemployed, you don't have money, right? Your track of mind is like, yo, I need to get money, I need a job. It doesn't matter what job, I need a job. And then once you get that job, you're like, okay, I'm used to the pay schedule, I'm used to coming into work, I'm used to my hours. And then after a while, you're like, I think I need something more than this. You know what I mean?
That ain't it. Exactly. That ain't it.
Exactly, right? But what I do like to remember that it's always about your work ethic, right? Like it's always about, it doesn't matter. I used to work at Wendy's, right? I used to work so many odd jobs, but it was always about my work ethic. It was always about my understanding of like, okay, where I am now is not where I'm going to be in the future, right? So you understand, you're like, okay, once you accept that, you accept, doing things you may not want to do to get to places where you're doing things now because you have the freedom to choose. You know what I mean? So for me, man, it was really just Back in the day, man, I started editing back in the day, like, man, like 9th, 10th grade in high school. And the reason why I wanted to edit it was because I enjoyed, I loved movies as a kid, you know, back in
Me
the
too.
80s,
Me
right?
too.
I love movies as a kid. I love the way it was set up. I love the way, you know, people fell into it. I love how sometimes a trailer to a movie could be more exciting than the actual movie itself,
Exactly. It's it's
right?
it's the way they present the movie to you to make you want to know more and make you want to actually see the movie. That's what trailers
Yeah,
are set for. And there's actually specific directors and editors that do only that. And they hire the movie industry actually hire these companies just to do those type of trailers because uh, like a movie director usually don't get themselves involved in the trailers a lot of times. They might
yeah.
get to take a look at the final say and the final cut, but they don't usually edit it. It's really quite interesting. Yeah, movies. I mean, it's yeah, and that's how you got. What was the first software you used in editing, and then what do you use now?
Man, I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't remember what I think I used to use Final Cut Pro, to be honest.
Wow, Final Cut Pro. Okay.
Yeah, like back in the day. Like this is back in the like, man, like early thousands, early 2000s, right? I was using like Final Cut Pro, but I was using a program that at the school that I was at, right? So the school that I went to, it was a private boarding school, right? So it was a place where you have a lot of kids from the inner cities, right, all over Pennsylvania, New York, California, Florida, you know, Baltimore, a lot of different inner city kids, and sometimes not even inner city. I had roommates from Alaska, from all over, man. Long story short, yo, Grant, what up, bro? What's going on, man? That's one of my homies right there. What's up? Thanks
Yeah, I forgot
for
I could
coming
do
through.
that. I completely forgot because usually I do burpees. I remember, but doing interviews, I'm so ingrained listening to you. I forgot to do that. Anyway, so I'll do it to everybody else here. You anyway, yeah. And then so what do you use now?
So what I use now for editing, man, I use DaVinci Resolve. You know, I use DaVinci. Have you heard of
Oh,
DaVinci
Da
before?
Vinci. Yes, I heard Da Vinci. Yes, yes, yes.
I love DaVinci because first and foremost, it's free, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it has a lot of features. You know, coming from Final Cut Pro and using Adobe, using different things. One of the things about DaVinci, you could actually change the layout of what you want it to look like before you like if you're used to Adobe, you can have the layout of DaVinci to be like Adobe or Final Cut Pro or whatever that you use that's a premium, you know, editing software, which makes
Right.
it good because so it's like sometimes that's the biggest thing about using different editing softwares. If you're not used to it and then you go into it, you get discouraged because you're like, I don't know where everything is at. I don't really want to have to relearn everything,
It
right?
is, and my time is short. So the only editing software I've ever used is actually Lightworks. Have you seen that movie Irishman? The one on
Irishman.
Netflix? Yeah,
I,
the one
I
from
oh yeah, like yeah, the your longer movie. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
okay.
Yeah.
There's 10 million movies. They all use Lightworks. It's
Oh,
a it's
okay.
a it's a it's a movie studio software. It is free, but it
Oh
only
no, I know
comes with
about
the
Lightworks for sure. I know about Lightworks for sure.
right. That's what I use for all my videos. And then
Oh yeah.
I tried Shotcut before because the weightlifting geek said it was pretty good too. I tried that, but like you
Mhm.
say, you're correct. Every single software has so many types of stuff you need to learn. At my advanced age, I don't want to relearn anything, so I'm just gonna stick with Lightworks.
No, I mean, trust me. I've downloaded from knowing like not having a laptop that has the right kind of specs from buying so many different laptops. I've tried Shotcut. I've tried Lightworks. I've tried so many different editing softwares to see if it would run on my program,
Oh,
and ultimately it wouldn't work. So I tried a lot of different programs, but I would say DaVinci Resolve is the best because you actually get like featured film production worthy type of editing software.
yeah.
And
That's what I
what
enjoy
I'm
Lightworks.
using is like not even the most up to date software that they have. Like they have like probably like 10 or 12 new copies or versions of what I'm using. I'm using DaVinci
Wow.
Resolve. I'm using 16, I believe. Yeah, I'm
And
using
they're
16,
like,
but they have it's like 16 point like 24 or something like now. They have like so many different updates.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, the other great thing too is I did a rant on it the other day. Nowadays, if you really want to learn anything, it's so easy because everything's on the internet, especially on YouTube. There's so many how-tos, right? I mean,
Yeah.
to try to figure out how to use, for example, Final Cut Pro. Well, you were on the internet. When I was like back in the 80s, if I were trying to learn how to use Final Cut Pro, I knew I have to go to a class or read the manual. Nowadays, you can just go to YouTube and go, how do I do a zoom in? How to do a zoom in? And then somebody will show you. And that's the greatest thing about knowledge nowadays. Everything is online, but there's still you just still need to put in the hours for that, you know. And that's the main thing. Everybody needs to put in the hours. But now you have so many choices that you know, you can vacillate between multiple programs and be a master of none of them. So you're right. You know, you pick the program that you think is the best, and then you just stick with it because you know what it can and cannot do.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the things. And you know, shout out to my so O said, how do you save your vids external HD cloud server? So I save all my, actually I have like I have a 1 terabyte storage that I save a lot of my extra other clips on. Like once I finish a series, or once I finish maybe 10-15 videos, I might move them all over to there. But my laptop actually stores like about a terabyte worth of stuff. So I have like about 2 terabytes. Yeah. And I have like a couple other chips that I use. I just plug in a couple places, but most of my stuff is on a terabyte or on my laptop, and probably like 2 of my other laptops that crashed already, that the stuff is still on there.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Well, for me, I don't keep anything. Everything's actually just on YouTube. Once I finish processing it, unless I'm going to reuse it, usually I just erase it, and it stores here. That's all.
Oh yeah.
In my phone. That's it. I don't keep anything. And then I'm going to actually do a video after this to show people actually how short of a time I take to produce my crappy videos on YouTube. Literally, I do the same thing on every single video, and it just pops right in there. And then, can I do those fade in, fade out? Yes, I can, but I just don't even bother. It's I don't know. I'm a hack compared to you.
You know what I think, Unc? I think that's it's part of the journey, though, man. It's like where you are right now. Like you just started editing. You're not really an editor, but at some point you're gonna want to advance to see how far you can go. You know what I mean? Shout out to my cousin Anthony. Came through. That's Anthony right there. Yo, what's up, bro? What's going on? Shout out to the homie Rav. What's up, Rav? What's going on, bro? Yo, these are my people. You know, obviously family. But so even Rav, he would know. We used to play football back together in high school, middle school, and I used to edit our highlight tapes. So, you know, after a season, you know, you want some highlight tapes.
Exactly.
You know, to send off to a school or something like that. And even like at the end of the year, we all made one football video to kind of commemorate the season, watch all the memories, stuff like that. I was the one making those videos back then. Little did I know at this time, I would be here doing, you know, something of the same sort. Like I stopped editing for maybe 16, 17 years.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I could only imagine. I can only imagine what it was like if I kept editing for almost nearly 20 years, where I would be right now.
Well, the great thing is now it's a trade that, you know, you can literally go and get a job using DaVinci because you know so much about the software. I mean, that's one of the reasons I just kept with Lightworks, even though I try other software. Not that I'm going to get a job or anything like that, but at least, you know, you become expert at something in terms of a software, right? Now, in terms of hardware, what kind of a camera do you use?
So I use a Canon EOS M50. Oh. I think I have the box around here somewhere. I'm not sure where it's at. Yeah, a Canon EOS M50. Where's my? Oh, it's right here. Shout out to you said the reason why I keep my vids. Yeah, man, because sometimes it's just memories. You know, sometimes just you want to go back to see where you came from, to see where you're going. Like, really, when I look at my videos now, I'm like, they're fire, but I look at my old videos, I'm like, oh, those just were trash. You know what I mean? They were not what I wanted them to be, but it was where I was at that time, and I was comfortable being there. I was comfortable being in that space, and now I can look back to say, you know, at least I didn't stop myself from saying, oh, well, they're not going to be perfect or they're not going to be amazing, so I can't put them out. But now, you know, they're getting better. I still want to progress, you know.
So on a typical shoot, do you bring a gimbal or tripod, or you just shoot freehand? How do you usually do it?
I usually shoot freehand, man. This is actually my camera right here that I use, the Canon EOS M50.
Did you put in a special lens, or just the lens that came with it?
Nah, this is a stock lens right here, man. I mean, obviously it extends, but you know, this is a stock lens right here. And I'm gonna be real, man. I was never a cameraman. I wasn't no cameraman. Like, I could edit, I admit to that, but it's like you have to learn once you really, like, if you love football, if you love basketball, if you love sports, it's more than just going out there and playing the game. You know what I mean? It's like
Tom Brady.
You got to show up to the weight room. You got to do conditioning. You know, you got to do a little swimming. You got to hit the stairs. You're going to do some type of, you know, calisthenics. You're going to have to do drills. A lot of different things go into an amazing athlete. You know what I mean?
Pliability per Tom TB12 or whatever.
Right. He doesn't, he can't, his 40-yard dash is like a 7.7, you know? But he lasted. He lasted, man, for a good 20 years.
Yeah. So you are like a complete editing buff. I knew you love your craft, but I didn't know. So on a typical video, how long do you take to edit, and then also how long do you take to shoot it?
I guess it all depends on the video I'm shooting. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing like a regular food review, usually I do like 3 different restaurants, and like, you know, it might take me. I start filming like 2:00 afternoon, and then I'll finish up filming maybe around 6:00, between 6 and 7, depending on how it goes. Yeah.
So like, what's the amount of footage you have? Like 30, 40 minutes, or like roughly?
Yeah, man.
Guess.
Probably, I say probably about an hour 20 worth of footage.
But most of your videos are, I think, less than 15 minutes, right? I mean, that's a lot of editing. You go through a lot of footage.
Yeah, probably about
the camera running.
About 100 to 200 clips sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the way I shoot though. You know why I shoot? The reason why I shoot like that is because instead of having one clip, what I learned from shooting, it's better to shoot intentionally, right? If you're like, don't try to walk out on the street and get the car, in the house, in the people, in the baby, in the dog. No, if you want the dog, shoot the dog, right? If you want the baby, get a shot of the baby. If you want the house, get the house, right? But if everything is aligned, then you could, like, if everything is stationary where it's like it's not moving, then you could do like a slow pan and get everything, you know. But
I see. I see what you're saying,
right?
Yeah.
So it's about it's like how you see things. When you see something, you'll see something in a larger perspective. But then when you focus, you're focusing on the baby. You can't focus on the baby and the house at the same time. That's what allows you to really connect with a person and make them feel like, oh, they feel like they're there because they're watching it like, oh, I see the baby, then I see the street, then I see the house, then I see the car, and now it's all coming together, right? So that's kind of how you piece stories together.
Have you ever considered making shorts? I don't mean YouTube shorts, but like a short movie or a short, like 5 minutes, like short movie.
For sure, man. Huh? I want to make a movie with my guys, you know, with my homies in real life instances, but I want to make it like real life situations. Like, I don't know, just shorter edits. Like, say, you know, we thought, I don't know, like I have a lot of different scripts. For example, like, say we want to go to a football game, you know what I mean? And we just got tickets in the mail. And we're excited, and you know we're waiting for all the guys to meet up, and then we finally meet up and we start drinking, and then maybe something catastrophic happens, like one of the guys on the way there with the tickets, you know, he gets pulled over, and then he can't make it, and then like I don't know, like little short things like that are real life to us. You know what I mean? like
Yeah.
real life situations, and then you could string them together and make an entire series out of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that
Like,
was
oh,
something.
I'm trying to what it's like to get a job, or what it's like if I'm going through a breakup right now. You know what I mean? Like going to see my boys to console me or something like that. Like funny little moments where we can capture something and make it like a 5 6 minute thing, but it's like interesting and engaging at the same time. You know?
Yeah, because nowadays technology is such that you can do things like that. I mean, even with like the Apple does that on the on his latest series of his phone, right? Making movies because they can zoom in and out, the changing focus and whatnot like that. So I mean, the technology is
Mm-hmm.
there where if you want to be a content producer of anything from music to videos and movies, you can. And with platforms like YouTube, you have a way of distribution. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
back in my days, there was really no way of doing that. I mean, when I back in the '80s when I was in high school, we had
In
cam.
Hawaii, right?
In Hawaii, we had cameras. There's no such thing as a video camera, and everything has to be learned. We couldn't even to listen to new music. We have to go to clubs. We couldn't like
Mm-hmm.
just download some songs and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
nowadays, everything is so easy, even to produce music. You know, back and nowadays, I'm learning Ableton right now. You know, I did one track a long time ago, but I'm learning Ableton again because Ableton 11 just came out, or 12 I think just came out. So I want to make
Yeah.
music too. You know, because I know the kind of music I want to make, but again, it's the same thing. It's a learning curve. It's the same with
Mm-hmm.
Lightworks and your DaVinci, right? It takes a while
Yeah.
to gear up, but once you understand it, it's very fast. So I think for the young generation, I mean, the world's you guys' oyster. You guys can make anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can make your own music,
Yo, you
which
could.
you
I
did
mean,
before.
oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, I was making music before. You know what it was for me before? With the music thing, I think I love to make music. Hey, Doc, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? Good to have you in the building. I'm texting people right now, like to come through. So people are like,
It's
I
okay.
only
We're gonna.
told maybe like 5 or 6 people, right, so far. But I'm texting people as we go. So if you see me looking down, I'm texting people to
No,
hop
no
on.
worries, no
You know.
worries.
But yeah, I was saying, what was I saying? Man, I forgot what I was saying for a second.
Wait, let me try to think. Uh, You're gonna text people. Oh, about we're talking about making movies, and then you can do anything you want, and about making music.
Oh,
You can make music.
making
Yeah,
music, right? Yeah, yeah. So before I was making music, um, and I love making music. I love something about music, man. Like, I think a lot of us have connection with music, and whether we listen to it, whether we share it, whether we make it, whether we pretend like we good and we sing it in the shower or doing something like that. Like, we all love music. It's universal. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. So, for me, man, I love it. I still love it, but I started seeing things from a different perspective, right? And like, I can admit that a lot of things that we did in our younger years were for different reasons, for different intentions. You know what I mean? And some, a part of hip hop, a part of rap culture, is being cool. You know what I mean? It's
yes,
just about being cool, being sometimes different, being exclusive, being, outside the box. I appreciate it and I love it because it's what we live. It's a lifestyle for us. It's not just music. It's how we think. It's how we breathe. It's what we do every day. So for me, it's really just I took a step back to say I need to create a platform for myself. You know, a lot of people that I was doing music with, or I was associated with, like I looked at us and I seen like, yo, if we had a platform, or if we were more founded, or if we had a stronger foundation, we could do things together, then I feel like we go further, you know. But I think that's kind of the reason why I gravitated towards YouTube a long time ago. Because I was like,
yeah,
yo, YouTube is a place where you could put so much stuff out there, and it's like people care, but they don't care, right?
yes. You're right.
So it's a
I found
place where
that
it's
out.
like, Yeah, it's like a place where you can work your kinks out. Like you could do different things. Like, of course, at first it's about, oh, you want the views, you want the likes, you want the, subscribers, you want all those kind of things. But like for me, to tie back into the music, I was like, I need a platform. I can go and make travel videos because I love to travel, right? I can go document a different country, right? Make a video, and at some point, even though I love music, I can put my own music in these travel videos after I create that audience, after I create that platform. You know what I mean? And now it's like it'll be automatic. I'm already gonna have an audience, not just based off of music, but based off of, travel, food, lifestyle, other things that interest them. And then within the music, I feel like a lot of people will compliment me and say, yo, I like your music selection on these songs. I mean, on these videos, on these series. I pride myself in knowing good music. So even if I'm biased, I like my song. I'm not going to put a song that I feel if it's not appropriate, if it's not the right vibe to go with it. And I think that's what artists are missing nowadays. I think they're missing the idea of taking a good song lyrically and mixing it with a vibe, and mixing it and putting it like a visual vibe and putting it together. So someone might say, "Oh, the song is okay, but I like the experience that I've seen in the video. So now when I hear the song, I'm going to automatically associate them." And now you give people more of an opportunity to say, "Yo, I like that song. It's a good song,"
Yeah, a lot of music nowadays are
Good looking out,
not even written
appreciate you,
by
man.
the musicians. I mean, not even written by the singers. They're mostly mass produced, especially in foreign countries. I mean, as far back as in the 80s, the Hong Kong music scene, if there's such a thing, or Japanese music scene, it was all manufactured already. It was they were the advent of all the boy bands and K-pop, whatever. But back in the 80s, they were already producing one hits only, and then the person that actually sings is not the writer of the music, and they go by the vibes of whatever is hot at that moment. And so that's taken over the whole world by storms in terms of music. So yeah, there's very few artists out there now that does what you say, music from the heart, and then catching the vibe together. And it is what it is. Progress. You can't stop.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what it is, man. So I still love music, and I still, I dabble with it. But like, I love, like, I might create music just for my own series, because where I'm at right now, like, opportunities are coming, but I'm prepared for them, which is the most important thing.
What software?
Opportunities are coming, but
what software do you use for your music back then? Use Fruity Loops?
What, the songs I use in my vlogs back then, or what?
Yeah,
what
type of software
make music
do you use
on?
to produce? What type of software do you use?
Man, I used to make beats on Fruity Loops all day. Right? I used to make, yeah, for sure. I used to use Fruity Loops. Everybody used to use Fruity Loops back in the day,
Oh yeah.
But back then, I mean, I experimented on so many different stuff. But nowadays, man, Studio One is where I did a lot.
There's machines. There's so many different dolls out there. I mean, again, I studied it, but my kids play piano, right? So I was hoping for them to be able to produce music, and then so I bought them a synthesizer, keyboard, and they came with Ableton.
Yeah.
So what do you know? I'm using Ableton because it's quote unquote free,
Ableton, nice.
Yeah. Well, Ableton Lite, it's quite interesting. It does layers, and I'm trying to learn it, But I put one track on I think last year. That literally took me 30 hours to learn how to do it.
It takes a while, man.
So it's a crazy learning process. But now I want to change my channel, I'm gonna start, doing more work on the music, how I create the music and make the music, and
for sure.
Because like you say, it's all part of a journey, and at the beginning of the year, when I put out the thing about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people do on YouTube. It's just you're hoping for different results.
That's powerful. And speaking of YouTube, the homie Ben just hopped on. What's up, Ben? What's going on, man? He's a fellow YouTuber too, man. So he knows all about hard work. He knows about insanity a little bit. I know when it comes to making these videos, yo, we put so much work into these videos, that it's like you said, man, like we really are doing the same thing over and over and over again, you know. But what I do think we get from it is the valued experience, right? So it's like we learn, we get a little bit better, but we kind of learn more about ourselves, and we learn like, okay, this is how flexible we can be. You know, these are the things we can actually go and do. And then you start, it makes you think differently. It makes you think more creatively, you know, and then just allow you to start trying different things. Like, for example, when I did the lo-fi locations on my channel, the lo-fi locations, for anybody who's watching, is pretty much just like on my channel, I wanted to create 30-minute like uninterrupted music for people to listen to. But I wanted them to be able to, you know, work out to it. I wanted them to study to it. I wanted them to sleep to it, to hang out with their friends with it. So I added a visual feature to it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this visual travel. Right? So I'm going to allow people to sit back for 30 minutes. I'm going to choose nice, you know, lo-fi beats, nice, calming, soothing, relaxing beats for 30 minutes. I'm going to choose a whole 13 songs, make it a series, like, you know, choose a different theme for each one, and take you to Thailand, take you to, you know, Rio, take you to Jamaica, you know, take you to Florida, take you to all these different places where it's like, I really love that idea. You know, it's just something like you could play it in a barber shop, right? Where you're getting your hair cut, right? You could play it in a pizza shop. You could play it anywhere, but just things like that. I was open to try because I was already trying so many different things. And that's what you can do on YouTube. There's no cutoff. They don't say like after 20, 30 videos, you can't make anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, YouTube is a strange beast. I mean, I've been only on the platform since April of 2020, and I didn't know jack. And I know, but upon learning as we go, in September of 2020, they changed the algorithm. A lot of people lost a lot of viewers, a lot of subscribers, and they changed. And then around December, YouTube put out a email saying that whether you're monetized or not, if your video is any good with any views, they're gonna be able to put ads on it, and they're gonna keep all the ad. Right. So I think those two things work together. And what happens? And I really truly believe, even though YouTube by itself is like a $10 billion gross in terms of business for Google, I think it's actually a money loser, because if you think of all the channels that's not been monetized, and how much videos they put on, and how much YouTube has to host them, and to have all the data, all the gigabytes of data being served, and they're not getting paid for any of those, right? I mean, my last understanding is only 5% of the YouTubers are actually monetized, so 95% is dead weight. So by doing those two things, now, you know, YouTube can actually get more money from the revenue generators, from the ads.
Yeah,
the reason I'm going through all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, man. I think, you know, I read that somewhere too, like maybe the top 5 to 10% get most of the, you know,
the revenue.
The revenue.
Yeah.
I see. This is the thing. I would say it's one of the biggest things I was kind of disappointed in when it came to YouTube. I guess obviously is a payout, but if you do your research enough, you're gonna know that before you become monetized.
Well,
right? If you're aware enough, if you're gonna look around enough, but you don't realize it until you've got those 4,000 hours of watch time, you've got those 1,000 subscribers, until you've reached that benchmark where you're like, okay, now I can call myself, you know, a full-time YouTuber if I wanted to, because I'm monetized. But once you hit 1,001 subscribers, you don't feel any different.
No, it's no different. I mean, I literally know channels that have 50,000 subscribers, and then when they post a video, they get like 200 views. Like, what's the use of the 50,000 subscribers? It's no use. After you get monetized, the only thing you want is views. And then that's the other thing I was going to get to is our content matters, but at the same time, I think YouTube does other stuff. I'll send you. I sent you a link before. I think it's through Instagram. They do other stuff where they have affinity towards certain channels because I think when they do that, they get advertisers to advertise with YouTube. It's all at the end of the day, it's a profit, right? They trying to get profit from it. So if you have a, that's why like even within your channel, you'll see certain videos that has a high pop, like high view, and other one just stays where they're at, and that happens a lot all across. I have a lot of I'm on YouTube a lot, and I see it all everywhere. Only certain ones would generate consistent views, but most of them they would get stuck in a certain level, and then every now and then one of their videos pop. And I think it's a way for the YouTube algo to generate enough interest for advertisers to get, hey, look at this, you can get advertising. I think that's how it works. But like one of the things when you like,
I would say that too, just to add to your point right there. Like, so when we make these videos, sometimes like I have videos that have a good reach on them, a good view amount. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you just don't know, and that's why I feel like it's about the work ethic that you put into your videos.
Yep.
Right? It's about creating your own style, your own, whatever it is that you want to do. You might start off saying, "Yo, what's good? I'm Unk," and then people might watch your channel expecting you to say, "Yo, what's good? I'm Unk," every single time. But that's what you learn as a brand. You start to learn that. You're like, okay, this is what people like. A intro, a outro, a teaser, whatever. People love that kind of stuff, man. So it's about the work ethic, and it's about getting better every single time, so that when people do show up looking for good content and they find you, and they go back and they say, oh, this guy's been doing it for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 videos. This guy really wants to do this. You know what I mean? And they can go back and see your journey, and they'll say, okay, he started here, but then he went all the way here. I see the growth, man. I appreciate that. I mean, a lot of people will just value growth, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a very interesting journey. I think people within YouTube is looking for the same type of content from the same content creator. So they're gonna be disappointed with my content. But anyway, it's okay. It's a journey, right? Like you say. I guess the question I would have for you is, based on the knowledge that you know now, what would you tell Kels that was back in 2012 before he started YouTube? The Kels today, going back to 2012, telling the Kels today, hey, you're going to start a YouTube channel? This is the stuff you should know.
Yeah. Definitely be prepared to put the work in. You know what I mean? Be prepared to become a cameraman, a videographer, even though you don't intend to be, because a lot of people want to be an influencer, but they don't want to take the time to put the work in that it takes to be a business as well. Because essentially what an influencer is just an individual person who happens to be a business, who gets contracts, who freelances, who do all the things a business does, but they're just a single unit. They might have people working for them, right? But that's essentially what it is, So be prepared to, like, I wasn't a cameraman, right? I wasn't an interviewer. I went on the street and asked people questions. I know, but I did my homework. I watched plenty of videos, and that's what we do on YouTube. We watch 1 million videos. Just go watch the videos, right? And at some point, you have to stop mistaking planning for action, right? Like thinking that, oh, I'm going to plan this. But if you don't go and do it and execute, what's the point, right? So I started going out, planning, executing, doing different things. And that's the point where it's like, yo, every video that I put out, it might have 200 views. It might have 100 views. It might have 20,000, it might have 50,000 views. I've experienced it all, but it's really the humility in it. It's the feeling, knowing that, yo, I went out, I did the best I could. I became, I did my transition, homework when it comes to videos. I did my voiceovers, or I did my angle work, my light work. I did my angles the best I could to my knowledge. And then it's like, okay, the next video, make sure you do it just a little bit better, you know? But it's like having those videos, like I have videos, man, I put the most work into it, we get like 75 views.
Yeah, to put it in
90 views, you know? Yeah. And there's times where it's like, I'll make a video. I made how to install LED lights. It was a 3-minute video.
I know.
It's like 30,000 views.
I know. You never know. You never know what's gonna stick. So you're absolutely correct. One, I guess to put it bluntly, for you, when you put a video on YouTube, results don't matter how many views you get, because you know that is the best work you can do for that particular video, and that's really a great insight. You know where and a lot of people they do count. You know, wow, you know, this particular video I did, you know, it got X amount of view. Well, you know, the next one I do of the similar thing, I better get X plus 1 or more. If not, then I failed or something like that. When in fact, it's all in the algorithm, man. It's all in. It's 100%. And we don't know what YouTube does. There's all these theories about it, but really, I mean, you've seen like what Osiris is saying. Like, what are some of the small tweaks you can see in these type of videos that make them more appealing? You need to tweak it for YouTube, not for your viewer. To be honest, you just tweak it the way you like it, and it's up to YouTube to figure out whether your video is worthy to be a lot of views or not. It's very
I would agree with you, Unc, and I would add this though also, like, your channel, man, like you make good content. I think that it's just about the creativity. I think you're more creative than what you're giving yourself credit for, right? Like, I think if like after a while, like I seen you start to improve your videos. Like after a while, like okay, he has an intro now. Oh, okay, now he's, you know, as you go on, you start to add things. But I would also say, like, make it fun, man. Make it something like, what if you had your own workout game show, right? And every time you uploaded a video, you had a segment where it was like, yo, we're doing minute burpees. Well, I don't know. And then like, I don't know, like as you're doing burpees, you have things pop up on the screen like it's, you know, if you remember VH1 pop-up videos, you know what I mean? I don't know, like different things just to add to your video, add some context to what you're doing. Like everyone can do a burpee, right? But there's always a science to a lot of working out stuff too. So if you're working out, but you have informative stuff popping up on a video while you're working out, then people are like, oh, I didn't know that. Like Snapple facts. Like people love Snapple facts more than they actually love Snapple.
Yes.
Like that at some point, people, I'll buy a Snapple just to get a Snapple fact. And I don't even know if it's true or not.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, to make your video fun, I am at the point where I make the videos that I like to make for my preservation, for myself and my kids. Like I make all my food video actually for my kids. So when they are away from me, they'll know, hey, this is daddy's recipe for this particular food that I used to eat all the time. That's the reason why I put the recipes out, because most of them are homegrown. They're not exact science. But this is exactly how I cook at home. And then so it's for my kids, right? And then all the how-tos is mostly for fun, because I'm stupid. I don't know everything. I everything's one take for me, as you can tell. Everything's fly by the seat of my pants. I don't really plan anything, because at the end of the day, I believe that YouTube's gonna make a video big or not big. It's up to YouTube. This sounds really terrible, and I know you're a great content creator, but I honestly think that YouTube I don't want to say don't really care about the content, but whether you make great content or not great content is something else. I mean, I've seen videos of people doing burpee that's terrible, and they would get 50,000 views, and then I see professional YouTubers that spend a lot of times, messing with their burpee video, and get 100 views.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's you. I mean, you've seen them.
You know what I would say to that? I would say the first thing I said was, obviously, be prepared to put in the work.
What you say is exactly correct. Results don't matter. That's what you need to do. Whatever.
Be prepared. Be prepared. Exactly. Be prepared to put in the work. 1, 2. understand that, you know, other people are going to say things, or other people are going to do things, or sometimes people aren't going to do anything, or they're not going to watch your video, and that's okay. You have to be comfortable with knowing that I'm putting this out into the world for my reasons, not just
Exactly.
because other people are watching, or like, obviously you want to create an audience, but you don't want to hang your hat on whether your video has 28 likes versus 82 likes, you know, or 15 comments versus 51 comments, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to be able to put that content out to say, you know what? That's what I was talking about. Like, when you see an entire sunrise, or you see, that's something that you can capture all in one. But when you see, like I said before, you see the house, you see the dog, you see the baby, you see the, you know, the girl, you get one shot of the baby, of the dog, of the house, of that. And it's kind of what you do when it comes to like creating these videos. Like, you focus on one thing, you know, you work on that, and the next video you take it out, you take it somewhere else, and you say, okay, you know what, last one, you know, I did this, now I just want to focus on making this better, you know. And as you do that, after 20, 30, 40, 50 videos, you're going to get better. You can't really care about what other people think, you know, and that's part of the humility. Like, sometimes people are going to tell you, like, I've had people tell me, like, yo, music is too loud, or I can't hear the audio, or, you know, like, you can change this or you can change that. And you can respond and say, oh, this, say, oh, that. But at the end of the day, these are the people watching your videos, right?
Yep.
These are the people actually taking the time to click on your videos, right? Complete strangers.
Yep.
You might have 50 close immediate friends, family, whoever you want to call them, who don't watch your videos, but you have a complete stranger watching your videos. So if they comment, it's about learning what to take from that comment.
Yep.
And how to progress forward with it.
I thank every single comment. One of the one I get a lot is I did I guess a food review of Armenian food.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to that video, you will not know how many people saying, dude, you're stupid. That's Georgian food, or someone who was like, I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
the restaurant said it's Armenian restaurant. I just went to eat there and I put all the food out, and then I get all these Russians telling me that's not Armenian or whatever. And I thank them because I don't know. But like you say, they're complete strangers. They took their time out of their day to post a comment correcting me for eating non-Armenian food. And I really thank them for that, because really I learned something, right?
Yeah.
I learned that that's not Armenian food. I didn't know.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of a person to write an actual comment too.
Yeah, exactly. So I thank every single one of them. You know, if they say my video is crappy, I say I thank you. You know, I hope to do better next time. It's okay. You know, because like you say, you know, because all we have is 24 hours. And if you devote the time to come to my channel to watch my video, whether you like it or not, and you comment, that means you took precious seconds and minutes out of your time to comment to my videos. And I'm definitely going to return it back to you and appreciate the kindness you've given, because you ain't getting those minutes or seconds left.
Yeah, of course. As we know, as a YouTube community, like, we know, like, you have a good set of friends who always watch your videos, and who comment and who like and who watch when they get a chance. And you know what it's like. It takes time out of your schedule. It's time consuming. That's why at some point you have to decide, like, I can actually go and reciprocate. You can do these things and share and comment and like and stuff like that. But at some point, it starts to hurt you, because you could be working on getting better at your editing. You could be getting better at your angles. You could be creating different ideas. You could be taking time to just do different things to make yourself better. And like you said, we only have 24 hours in a day. But if you don't do it throughout that day, you have to find some time of when you are doing something and sacrifice some of that. So for me, there's a lot of people that I love to watch, or I love just to communicate with, because we're friends now. But I have to pay myself first. I have to be able to know that, yo, I have to get better. You know what I mean? So I love watching people's videos, and I'll tap back in every now and then. And I know it feels personal because I've been there. I'll say, oh, people aren't watching my videos. They're not commenting and liking. Okay, I'm not gonna watch your video. But that's the number three thing about starting a YouTube. Don't be so emotion based, right? Understand that people have lives, people have families, people have other things going outside of the YouTube, and you start to realize, okay, you got to start focusing on yourself sometimes, And I'll still reach out, I'll still watch a couple of videos, tap in, you know what I mean? And if I know that person, I'll explain to them and say, listen, it might be time consuming. I'm not sure I can watch all of them, but I'll make sure I'll still support you, And I think that's one of the things we're doing. We've been doing this for a while now. How many people have we seen come and go?
Oh gosh, so many. It's not even funny. And some
right?
of them,
Or even just put it on pause for now. Yeah.
They retire or they stop. Yeah, it is. It is quite. I find it quite interesting. It's I didn't expect that. Where they would actually graduate and quit. It was kind of mind-boggling to me. Like now you have this platform where not that you get paid a lot, but now you're gonna get paid to make content and you stop. Yeah. Where there's all these people that I've tried to help, trying to get monetized, and they don't even stop. They continue going. But I think a lot of people get disappointed once they get monetized. And like you, I know you for one was disappointed, and that's why you went different routes with other mediums you can do. Like you were trying to show us on your channel, and I understand because it is not all that. All the people like that guy that boxes, whatever, that makes a lot of money from YouTube. Those are few and far in between. That's almost like the people that are Amway diamonds. Do they make a lot of money? Hell yes. But what about all the other people that does Amway? None of them make anything, and that's pretty much YouTube, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great point. Yo, I told myself, if we make it to the 45-minute mark, I was gonna have to pull out.
I know. We gotta go. I know.
A bottle of wine. You know what I mean?
When I continue, I'm gonna have to look you up, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna crack this open. I hope you don't mind. I got a little, not too much, just a little bit, maybe 2 fingers worth or something like that. A little 2 fingers. But
well, that's one of the great things.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Like, doing the YouTube, like I said, we've seen so many people come, we've seen so many people go, and honestly, I understand. See you later, man. And I understand, that it may not be for you. It may be time consuming. It may be, stopping you from what you really want to do. And Ben, you already know, bro. But that's kind of it's the journey, man. You appreciate it. Once you actually start, I'm getting to a point now where it's like I'm actually making money from doing this, man. Right? Like I'm actually making real money. And even when you start becoming monetized on YouTube and you start to complain a little bit, you say to yourself, yo, it's free. It's a free platform.
It is.
They didn't charge me for nothing.
And you can do whatever you want.
You do whatever you want.
In a split second. Exactly. They're not telling you, man, you started doing this channel as burpee. You got to stay as a burpee. You can do anything you want. Exactly. Yeah, no, I ain't never going to stop this. And it's going to continue to evolve. And I actually am looking forward to you making a short movie. A short movie. That's what I want.
I said 2. It's more like 3 though. It's definitely 3 fingers though. Yeah, man, I would love to make a movie, man. I want to be able to. Hey, Peso, my boy Dre, what's up, bro? What's going on, man? That's one of my good friends too. He's actually a videographer, photographer. Well, he has a YouTube channel. He does like reaction videos. So he been in the game, man, for a little bit, and I like that he's progressing. And he's one of the people that he's seen me start my journey, right? And he's at a point now where he's like, yo, I have to make more videos. I have to do more because I have to create that catalog. And that's what YouTube is about, creating a catalog of videos that people will continue to watch for a long period of time, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I'm like, oh, this is how it works. It's like long-term investing.
Yeah,
right?
it's a story of my life via YouTube. Obviously, it's not my whole life. It's just the life that we choose to show in YouTube, you know. And so and that's what I think it is. And then my life is not only about one thing, even though that's what YouTube want. So that's why we're branching out to different things. And that's what, for real, third time I'm telling you, man, make a movie, make a short. I think it'll be fun for you to do the scripting and then creating.
Yeah. Hey, Friday night. That is very true. That's how we doing. What's up? What's going on? You know, I do want to make a movie, man, because I told you, like, when I was really young, I wanted to make movie trailers. I wanted to be the kid or the guy who created an experience for people to see and say, yo, I want to go see that. That's fire. I love how that looks. So I always wanted to make movie trailers as a kid, but now it's much more. I see so much more lifestyle stuff that we could do. So it's like, imagine having an idea, but being able to actually be the cameraman and execute on it and bring it to life. Like, no matter what you do, right? Like, imagine if you wanted to say, you know what? You know, I want to show people what it's like to travel to Africa, right? And then to actually say, okay, I can create a whole themed trip, right? I can do the travel, I can do the accommodations, I can do the food, I can do the activities, I can do, you know, I can show you what it's like on the plane, I can show you what it's like to get a COVID test, I can show you every single thing. It's all about a little bit of time, preparation, and how you organize things. Because that's the difference between making 200-300 videos and creating smaller series or things that people find valuable, right? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to create value when we put these videos out. Like, we want to be able to say, okay, this is my playlist about all things about Africa. I went to Ghana for however long, and this is a 10 video playlist about all the things you can do in Africa, how to get there, where to stay, Airbnb tours, restaurants, foods. And it's about how you package it. It's how you're able to make money from it. Right? Because we're going to go and experience all of that. We're going to go experience the food. We're going to experience the travel. We're going to experience the accommodations, the people, the culture, the weather. If you just package that, same way we talked about before, focus on the dog, focus on the house, focus on the car, focus on the girl. Don't try to get everything at once. Focus on your certain shots and make it all come together. And that's what I learned. That's how you package things and make it something tangible. Somebody can say, oh, I like this. I want this. I'm going to pay for this, or I want to promote this, or whatever. And that's where we are right now. You know, just learning how to package things and make it something that we can sell to people. You know?
That's interesting. That is very interesting. Oh, I got to think about that now. But there's so many things we can do. Again, we only have 24 hours. So, yeah, it's been
it's about how you break down your time, like, if I'm saying, like, for you, like you love you'll be amazed how things come full circle. I never thought that I could be here making money off of editing videos and creating content. From when I was a 16, 17-year-old boy. I'm in my 30s now, man. I never thought it over my head. But it's something I always love to do, and it comes full circle. It's just about taking what you love to do and finding a way to make it work for you.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Well, actually, I can't believe it's been an hour. It looked like we just started talking 10 minutes ago.
Man, that's I even how many fingers I got left? Oh, that's only, it's about 2.5 now. I only got it, you know. So either I got to sit faster or we're gonna have to talk slower.
Oh man. Well, what your time right now is 8, right? So what you got planned for tonight? Did you do the thing yesterday? I don't want to spoil your next video, but did you go to those restaurants yet, or you didn't?
I did. I dropped it today. I dropped the best Filipino restaurants at NYC today. I dropped it at like 5 o'clock, 5:30, right before we hopped on the call.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know?
gotta go check it out. I gotta see. Did you follow my advice and try those things, or what did you do? I'll go watch the video. I was running.
Okay, yeah, you gotta watch it. You definitely have to watch it, man. But I want to be able to set something up with a lot of us creators or possible creators to get together, man, and do some stuff together, because I feel like that's our gelling point right there. I feel like if we can get together and make more content together, then you're gonna be inspired to be better, to do better, to try different things, to travel more. Like, I always want people to travel, man. Like,
yes,
I'm gonna start this this travel thing, man. I think it's gonna be like a spiritual retreat kind of thing, like an annual spiritual retreat, where I create a lot of creators, a lot of content creators, a lot of people who are just maybe even people who are just looking to just enlighten themselves a little bit.
No, we have to travel. I mean,
to look at a different perspective in life. So I want to be able to get a group of people to come together, man, and do stuff like that, and just maybe for 2-3 days get together, make film, ask questions, interviews. Can you imagine what it would be like to have 20 or 30 creators in a campfire or forest, or any type of atmosphere where we can get together, gel, talk about things, because it can only happen one time, but that'll be something people will remember for the rest of their lives, right? It's about creating our own communities, and that's what YouTube has taught us. You got to create your own community to gain leverage, gain some type of advantage, so then you can get together and start creating whatever it is that you want to do. Like, a lot of us struggle with our own individual challenges, but if we relied on our resources around us, or if we knew how to actually verbalize that, communicate that with our people that we like. There were times like I've needed a job and I've known people that were looking for someone to hire, but you don't have someone to connect those dots, and we need to create some type of community like that, man.
Yeah, but traveling, definitely. I mean, if I had this channel back in when my kids were young, I mean, we took them everywhere, but obviously we only got pictures, no videos. But yeah, the more one traveled, the more one realized that everybody essentially wants the same thing, which is what I posted on my last video, that at the end of the day, everybody just wants time to spend with their friends and family, and that's pretty much the whole world. All the rest of the politics and mumbo jumbo, that's just for the government to divide us. And when I say us, I don't mean USA us, I mean us as a humanity. And that's what I found out traveling everywhere. It's and also the joy that people find in the first world country, I think, is I don't want to say less wholesome, but less joyful than the country that's not as well economically. I don't even know how to explain it, but the most joy I've seen was one time traveling in Hanoi, from Ho Chi Minh City, to Hanoi, and from Saigon to Hanoi, and then there was a bunch of kids playing. They have no shoes on, playing with a soccer ball, and the joy that I see in them was nothing like I see in America. Like, not even close. And I still remember that vividly to this day, like how happy they were just playing with a small ball, not even in and I'm sure that's not a special picture, but it was the first time that I've seen that, and I was just like blown. And this was my first trip to Vietnam, and I was just completely blown away. By the way, they have a lot of guns at that time. I was kind of scared. Yeah. Everywhere I went, they were holding guns. Like, what the heck? And I
already know, man. No, Yeah, trust me. I experienced that when I went to Ghana, man. I was like, yo, they're really out here. They got the guns. Like, they really, like, when they pull you over, man.
Yeah, you gotta give them money.
Yeah, like, they pull you over. They got like the AKs. They got the big extendo joints. They got a hole with 2 arms.
Yeah,
and
we got pulled over. I got pulled over in Vietnam. I was in a scooter, and my driver just sat there, and I go, okay, what does he want? He was just wait, just sit and wait. So we wait 10, 15 minutes. The guy didn't say nothing to us. Next thing you know, my driver gave him some money and left. I go, what happened? Did we have, because do we have any traffic violation? He goes, no, man, he just wants some lunch money. Well, but he didn't say anything. We don't have to say anything. We have to wait. That's just how it works. I was like, what the hell? even when we came out of custom, right? So my partner came in through custom. Obviously, us being Americans, they know we're an American, right? Because our passport. They shoo us out to the side, and then automatically, my partner just put the suitcase down and start taking out the money. I was like, what are you doing? He goes, well, do you want to spend like 3 hours here while they go through all of your belongings? Because that's what they want. I go, what? He goes, yeah, they can detain us for 3 hours to go through all your stuff in your bag. Otherwise, you just pay them and they let you go. I go, whoa.
Yeah, man. That's what I learned. Definitely traveling overseas, man. They definitely want the Christmas. Whatever they want to call it. They call it a lot of different things, man. Well, like even in Thailand, like how they make money is when people drive around on the scooters. You're supposed to have an international driver's license, and if you don't have one, the cops they'll just pull you off one because they know you most likely don't have one.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get like a scooter for like $7, $10 a day, like gas included.
Yep.
So they most likely know you don't have one, so let's pull you off and they'll give you a ticket, and this is like, all right, cool. It is what it is, man. But I definitely want people to travel more, man. I definitely want people to get out, see different things, and that's I really started the channel on travel. Like I said, I had a couple of music videos, but the travel vlogging was really my bread and butter, what I really wanted to create on the channel. And then COVID hit, maybe like a year after, 2 years after, and I only went to a couple of destinations, documented a couple of destinations. And then I got discouraged. I'm like, yo, man, I can't travel nowhere. Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, it's supposed to be a travel channel. What am I gonna provide to people? I started watching a lot of Gary Vee, and Gary Vee's like a entrepreneur, like a media mogul, and pretty much he just told, he was telling people, if you can't go out and create content, just go out and document. Just go out and document whatever you can and make what it is. So I couldn't travel at the time. So for me, at the time, Corona had just hit. I had just stopped working at Madison Square Garden because, it was like March 12th. Like a lot of people remember that time, the middle of March, a lot of things shut down. And I stopped working at MSG. They shut down the arena. You can't have no fans in the arena, obviously. I was managing, for a hotel down in Soho. That stopped because we're doing catering and you can't have larger than 10 people in the gathering. So those are my two main sources of income that stopped out of nowhere. And I was at a point where I said, okay, well, I want to be constructive with myself. If I can't travel, let me go out and create a series based around people in New York City getting through the coronavirus. It was called Corona TV NYC, right? And a lot of people were introduced to my channel at that time. And what I did was every week I went around to a different neighborhood and created a different theme around each episode, whether it was self-care, right? Whether it was like finances, like who's your biggest support system, whether it was, what are you doing with your time? What are some things you're learning about? Like, what are you doing for your job? What are you doing for your friends, your family? Like, who are you connecting with? Like, where are you going? So it was a 15-week episode, and essentially it was just, catered around people in New York City, what they're going through, documenting that, asking questions, interviewing people on the street. And that really gave me my confidence. Like, I remember one of my first episodes, got like 4 or 5 people just turning me down. I'm like, excuse me, when I talk to you, and they don't even say anything to me. They just walk away. They don't say anything. And I put that in the episode because I want people to see that. I want people to see that it's not all just it's not all nice edits. You really have to be a person to go out here and to be humiliated, really.
Yep.
Where people don't even
Nothing
want to talk.
personal, man.
It's nothing personal, but
Nope.
it builds something in you. You learn more about yourself. You learn that don't take it personal.
Nope.
You know, but if it's something that you want to execute on, you're gonna have to do it regardless of who sees it, who doesn't see it, who ignores it, so on and so forth. You know, so creating that series, mind you, not with a real camera, with the action camera, a Yi 4K. It's like a GoPro.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Canon that I showed you earlier. I didn't have, there's no Canon EOS, there's no Nikon, there's no Sony. An action camera, $120 action camera. I created a whole series off of. Now looking back, it's like had nothing to do with the camera.
Nope.
Nothing to do with it. So a lot of people get in their ways and say, man, you know, I wish I could do this if I had this. Just gotta start.
You know, you just gotta throw them up on the wall. That's the plan. Like you say, you know, well, for me, I go by a lot of sayings, and even in YouTube, the journey is the destination. The results really shouldn't matter. It's just what you want to put on your channel, and it's a very interesting medium, and we're gonna continue to learn to grow with it, to do whatever we want with it. But it is. And then we get to meet a lot of different people that we probably never meet, like you and me. We probably would have never met because we live in two different parts of the left coast and right coast. There's no way for us to somehow meet. And even if we meet, we won't say hi to each other because we don't know each other.
This is a fact. This is a fact.
Right? So with you too, it's a very strange medium, and I'm glad we got a chance to talk. You actually inspired me and gave me a lot of new ideas. And and whenever you set up that thing with the meet with all the different YouTube content creators, let me know. You know, if I get a chance to fly out to wherever it is, for sure, I want to try and fly out to there too.
Oh no, absolutely, man. I'll definitely keep you posted on that. And even for people who I feel like, you know, they want to be in a creative space. Like creativity is all around us, man. You know what I mean? Like after a while, I get scared because I'm like, yo, I'm thinking of so much creative stuff. Like it just takes. You can really be sitting on your couch for the next 30, 40 minutes, and then you're like, snap out of it. Like, what was I just thinking about? You could be in a daze. You could think about so much stuff. You know, so creating this content, man, like I'm at a place now, like I said, where I'm really starting to make real money from it. So that's going to fuel my creativity in so many other ways. Like, you know, I want to create, you know, like the videos that we have, like my food review videos. Like, I'm thinking how I could take it to the next level, man. Like, I want to get a food truck, right? And then have like 30 people show up, we record it, and everyone eat tacos and drink food and record an experience, right? We don't see that on YouTube. We don't see people putting that together. But I could put a couple $100 up. I can get people to collect. I can connect with me and do that and, you know, make it work. But imagine you start seeing food reviews now where you're seeing 7, 8, 10 creators or food reviews that you see online together. Man, that's going to change the game. It's going to change the game because if you're already up here with 200,000 subscribers and there's people down here with 500 and there's people in the middle with, you know, everything, it's not going to hurt you if you're up here. But it's only going to help the people that's down here. And that's what I've seen. Because when I had 300 subscribers, there was nobody reaching out to me or creating a solution to say, oh, this is how you can get around more creators and learn how to get better. I'm almost at 4,000 subscribers now, but I'm still thinking like I got 300 subscribers. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think we should do that.
Good. That's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, sign me up for that. I would definitely want to go and learn, you know.
Yeah.
The whole life to me is experience. The more experience I learn, the better. And it's an hour and 15 minutes. I think you should go on your way to enjoy your...
I got one finger left. One finger left, you know, so...
I got to go and do my burpees. I was hoping for an hour with you. I was because we were aiming for half an hour at the beginning, and now Then they went to one of those hours. I still gotta do my burpees and stuff.
Okay, got you, man.
It's been a fantastic talk, and hopefully we get a chance to revisit maybe a year from now and see what's changed and what's not. Hopefully you will still be creating. I'm very certain I'll still be creating. I don't know what I'll be creating by then because it's already changed so much this year from the beginning of January to now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I'm gonna continue to keep changing it. I'll never stop doing my burpees. I still record all my burpees I do every day because that's for me to get fit and original intent for my channel. But now it's like gone way more than that. All my popular videos are actually food or how-tos. Nothing to do with my burpees. So
yeah, man, I see you over there cooking up, doing your thing, man. You know, I love that. You know, I wasn't always doing food. You know, I wasn't always doing food, man. I switched it up because I was like, you know, I love food. I love to go out. I love to do what I do.
God.
And everyone has to eat. You know, everyone has to eat.
I learned so much. I mean, because I have a lot of supporters that's from other countries cooking food. There's so many new things I didn't know I could cook. I'm thinking of all these new things to cook, you know, based on what I've learned from those other channels, you know, for fusion ones. So I'm gonna put some of those up too. But but again, the reason why I put my videos of the food up is mostly for my kids, so they know how to cook the stuff that they're used to eating at home. And then my wife actually is a way better cook than I. And
I believe that.
Did you see my the next video? On one video, I want to do a miso.
I didn't see the chicken one. I gotta watch the chicken one.
Oh, the chicken one's simple. There's only like 3-4 ingredients. But the Chinese thing, that one took her like 2 days to cook. And then the 9-course dinner, usually we have those. I mean, she spent like 2-3 days making those. And all her stuff is so complex. That's why I don't put it up on the channel, because all my videos are like 10 minutes or less to make food, right? Hers is like she spent half a day. Like on the next video, I think I'll put like a 50-second clip of like 2-3 cakes she made. I mean, there's like crazy looking cakes, you know. We just
nice, man.
But it's really nice talking with you, Kels. Thank you for your time.
Yo, thanks
for
2022. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for connecting with me. I appreciate you, man. Keep hustling. You know, keep doing your thing. You know, maybe we'll get together. We'll make this more of a rotational thing. Maybe we'll get a couple people on here.
Whenever you want me to come
and we'll do a little series. We'll do a little, you know, live series. You know, we'll do something like that. Who knows? And we'll just come up with a 1 or 2 ideas, and then we'll go off of that. You know, we'll make it work.
Anytime. All right, Kels. Enjoy your weekend. Who you got for Super Bowl? You watch Super Bowl football?
Yeah, man, it's tough, man. I don't know if I want the Rams or the Bengals, man, but I really need to put my money on whoever's gonna make me the money. You know, so I might have to put on the Bengals to win something, you know, on the game.
Well,
so we'll see.
They're both such great stories. I want both of them to win. I'm pulling for Burrows and Stafford, you know, and I'm thinking if I had to pick, I would rather give it to Stafford first because he's older. He's been 12 years in the league, where Burrows has more time. But then at the same time, he could be the next freaking Dan Marino, where he only went the second year and never went back. So you never know. You never know. You know. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be a good game. I just hope. I just hope for not a blowout, because this whole postseason has been the most fantastic postseason that I can remember.
Very true. I've been saying that too. It's been amazing. It's been a lot of amazing games, man.
Every single game came to the last play. I mean, NFL could not have scripted it better. Like if you told NFL make a movie about a Super Bowl season where every single playoff game ended with the last play, nobody's gonna watch it because it's bullshit. Nobody's gonna watch it. It's not.
No. Literally that day where the Buffalo played the Chiefs, and where the Pats. I mean, not the Pats. The Bucks ended up losing. You know, off that last second to the Rams. Man, I was like, yo, this is a great football day, man.
It is crazy. I mean, to see Brady come back from that far of just like, oh my God, he's gonna be just like the Atlanta Super Bowl. He's gonna win. And then you see Stafford throwing. It's like, how can Cup be so open? It's not
exactly.
That should be Brady doing that, you know?
Right. That's the last person you want to open is Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, and then to see Josh standing there, like not even having the ball, knowing that with that toss, he lost the game.
man.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Right. I know a
Hey,
lot
you
of people.
never
A lot of
know.
people thinking that, man. Yeah.
You never know.
I guess we
Anyway,
just gotta be on the right side when we put the money down.
yeah. All right. All right. Well, have fun in Super Bowl, and then hit me up anytime you want to chat on your channel for doing this. I'm definitely up to it. I love to talk, to get inspired for all different things. I love doing workouts, but this is actually what interests me even more on fields that I want more knowledge of. And you with all your knowledge about editing and movies, I love that.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Uncle. I appreciate you, man. You know, stay safe, stay blessed, stay dangerous, man. That's my motto, man.
All right. Bless up, and every day be a better version of yourself than yesterday. That's my motto.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bless
Bless
up.
up.